my god, I'm live. Just waiting for a few people to come on. Well, no one's come on yet, but... Oh, hello. Someone's joined. Hello, hello, hello. I can't believe I'm doing this live. It seems a bit surreal. I'm just going to wait until some people come on. Maybe get your tea and stuff whilst you're waiting. And please let me know if you can hear me okay and if everything's like all right and not lagging. That would be helpful. Hi Lucy. Hi Christina. Yay, more people. Ah. I'll give it a minute or so. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh, what's this? Oh, I can't read. Can hear you. All good. Excited for the chat. Yay! Don't know when to start. Shall I start? I'll wait for like 30 seconds more. Okay, I think I'm gonna start. Oh my god, okay, so I'm just gonna introduce myself. I'm Naz and I'm an advocate for invisible illness awareness. I'm currently volunteering helping promote mindfulness into mental health services across Brighton and Hove and Sussex in the UK. I know there's probably people watching from other countries. Maybe you can comment below, like, what country are you listening from? Because Corc Yoga obviously isn't based in the UK. So yeah, I'm also a musician and an aspiring yoga teacher. It will happen one day. Hopefully I'll be starting a course next year. And I've also got a YouTube channel and a blog with content surrounding the subject of invisible illness awareness because I have a couple, which I will talk about in a bit. But yeah, I'm also a Corc Yoga ambassador and I love their products because they're ethically and sustainably sourced and they're made without harming the trees, which is really interesting, and they're non-toxic and rubber-free material. And a portion of their proceeds go towards a mental health charity in Portugal where the cork trees are based to help young adults with mental health issues. Which brings me on to the subject for today, mental health. So I'm just going to run through the key points of what I will be talking about. It should last around half an hour and then I will open up to a Q&A at the end. So first I'll be talking about my mental health journey and my healing journey, yoga and how much it's helped me. And I'm doing this because I'm really passionate about invisible illness awareness in general. And talking about our own experiences is important to inspire those who are suffering and to educate those who don't know much about mental health or are willing to learn more. And it's also quite a taboo subject still, and the only way to break that stigma is by talking about it. And then I'm going to be talking about things I do on a daily basis that help keep me sane and on top. And I'd love to hear what you do as well that helps you. So yeah, and then I'll be opening up to a Q&A. So get your questions ready. Yeah, so I'm just going to dive right into it. My mental health journey. Okay. And breathe. Before I start, I just want to say I'm not a professional and I will be just talking from my own experience. And I'll try not to go into too much detail because I don't want this to be triggering. I want this to be positive, but I do have to go through some dark stuff and then I'll go through some positive stuff. But talking about the dark stuff is important, otherwise how will we know? And how will we break that stigma, you know? So yeah, I'm going to start from when I was, it's going to start the story now. So depression. So I guess my earliest like suicidal thoughts, I want to say, was when I was 8, which I remember really graphically, but I won't go into detail. And I guess that was stemmed from being a victim of bullying. Kids didn't like the fact that I was from a different race, like I'm Turkish. And also, I guess, growing up in a broken home. And so when I was 13, I was put on antidepressants. And in between 8 and 13, I was also losing my sight, which maybe started before that time, but I can't quite remember. But this was, so when I was like 9 or 10, I got diagnosed with a condition called rod cone dystrophy. And this is basically it's progressive sight loss, and 1 in 40,000 people have it, so I guess I'm the lucky one. But yeah, so when I was about 10, I remember going into the professor's room on one of my checkups, and he said to me, "You're going to go completely blind when you're 25." And obviously that's a massive shock to an 11-year-old. And then I'm going to fast forward 4 months from that. I basically received a letter saying it was a false statement, but I'm not sure if they said that to cover their backs or if it was actually true, because I'm going to fast forward again to 18, when I was 18, so 5 years ago, where things really kicked off. I moved out, I started university, and my sight started getting rapidly worse. And I had to learn how to read again, how to write, how to walk again in a different way, and communicate again, because all these things came really difficult all of a sudden when I was 18. I don't know if I mentioned, but I'm going to keep looking over here at my notes because I don't want to say the wrong thing, because it's a tricky subject, mental health is. So I had to learn how to do all these things again. So for example, simple things like I guess going from pencil to Sharpie so I could see what I was writing. And then I had cane training, which I'm meant to be using the long cane at night time because I can't see much at all at night time. I've always had night blindness, but when I do go out at night, it's normally like I would never go outside by myself, and if I'm with someone, I'll just cling onto them. But I use a cymbal cane during the day sometimes if I'm in a busy like city or busy space, so people are aware that I can't see very well. And I also had extra support put in at university because the lessons, I guess, weren't accessible to me. And even with the support they tried to put in, they were still not accessible to me. So university was difficult. And during this time, I got diagnosed with severe depression and severe anxiety. And I also got put on medication again, because when I started medication when I was 13, it was only short term. So when I hit 18, I went to the doctors, they diagnosed me with these conditions, and they just put me on pills without giving me any other extra, I don't know, form of therapy or talking therapy or whatever. It was just pills straight away. So yeah, I tried to help myself, I guess, with the sight loss, and I reached out to a blind and visually impaired organisation, and they helped me with equipment and counselling as well, which really, really helped, and I'm still with them after 3 or 4 years of counselling with them. But yeah, they gave me a tablet so I could read books again. Basically, I take pictures of the pages and it transfers it for me. So yeah, I got that, and I can read forms and stuff with it as well, which I wouldn't be able to do with my bare eyes. But yeah, so I guess it felt like I was going through a crazy sort of rebirth again, because I had to learn everything again in a different way. And when I'd got diagnosed with depression and anxiety when I was 18 and then put on medication, I sort of just spiraled and went a bit out of control. I started dissociating a lot, which means feeling like you're not in your body and watching yourself from like as if you're someone else watching you, and just feeling like nothing's real. It was really horrible, and I experienced that for a very long time. I guess self-harm started then, daily panic attacks, and binge eating as well, which had started in my early teens, but it got worse throughout university, but I didn't realise it being a problem until I started healthy eating, which only started last year, but I'll go into that later. So yeah, I guess my life started becoming really unbalanced, unstable and impulsive with money, my music, my band at the time, my relationships, my projects, my nutrition and my exercise. I'm sure some people maybe can relate to what I'm going to say next. I guess everything was like it was like an all or nothing approach to everything. I was doing so much because in my head time was running out. I had this time in my head, 25, so I had that age mark that I'd go blind at that time. So in my head I was just like, I need to do everything. I need to do everything I can before this happens, otherwise I'm not going to be able to do them. So that created a lot of anxiety. So yeah, in my head time was running out, and I thought the more I do, the more successful I'd be, but that wasn't the case because other physical illnesses came about, like kidney infections and IBS, and yeah, I was just getting so stressed from doing everything I was doing, taking on all these projects, doing university. I was just doing too much. I thought I was helping myself at the time, but I really wasn't. So after university, I was just 20, turning 21. It gets worse, guys, but it gets better, I promise. So I got into an abusive relationship, and he became very controlling and manipulative to a point where it was demanded by him that I had to leave my music career and stop seeing friends as much, stop travelling to Brighton, which is my favourite city. It's where all my connections are. Basically, I was under control by this person, and I had to drop everything because that person had convinced me that if I don't do that, he'd leave and that no one else would love me. So it was a very manipulative, toxic relationship. So yeah, at this time, everything piled on top of each other. I'm out of uni, I'm losing my sight, I'm in an abusive relationship. I'm laughing, but I'm nervous laughing. yeah, everything piled on top of each other, and I kind of I spiraled even more. And there's this quote that I want to read out. It's in one of my poems, and it really resonates with this time in my life that I'm going through. So at that specific time. So I'm just going to read it out. It says, the void, it's a very dangerous place. It's a space where we have the options to either grow or fall. And sadly, falling always seems to be the first option. So yeah, I guess that I don't know, I really resonate with that. Maybe you guys do too. And yeah, so in November 2018, which wasn't actually that long ago, it was a year and a half ago, I, without going into too much detail, I had to be put in hospital for a few days. I guess I was just feeling like really hopeless, and that there was no way out of this. And I was just feeling lost. Like, I thought the only way out was to just get out. And the thing that helped me sort of put on a happy face to get out of hospital, because I hated it. It was a few days and it was horrible. The thing that helped me was my dog that I'd got a few months before. Because he, I guess, is my responsibility. I need to look after him. And at that time I was like, oh my God, I've got a training session this weekend. I need to get out of here. I need to look after my dog. I need to snap out of this. So I put my happy face on. They let me go. And then it didn't get easy. But so at this time I was I'd just gone out of hospital with no support from the system, and I was just for weeks begging for help, and I wasn't getting any help. I kept being refused by services, and that was because I was misdiagnosed with all these conditions. And I also kept getting discharged from the mental health team that I was with. And I got discharged by them 3 times in the next 4 months when I really needed help. So yeah, this is where my turning point starts. Are you ready? So this is where it gets better, guys. The subheading for this bit is healing journey. And so yeah, this was like, I want to say last February, March time. This angel of a friend, she's called Jess Young. She reached out to me on Instagram. I'd only met her like once or twice at university, but she reached out to me because I posted something about my eyes going or something, and I guess she messaged me just at the right time. And at this time I was like, why am I begging for the system's help when they're not helping me? And I guess she made me see other paths to go down. She didn't make me see, she inspired me. She was talking about holistic healing and veganism and all this stuff that seems so far away to me, especially after being told by so many psychiatrists and doctors that my only treatment was medication and that I'd had to be on it for the rest of my life. Yeah, the idea seemed so far away to me, but I thought I'd give it a go because I had nothing else like helping me, so why not? And then, where am I? Hang on. So yes, I guess this inspired me to come off my medication. And also I just want to put in here, I'm not disregarding anyone who takes medication. A lot of my friends do and it helps them. But for me personally, it did not help. I was put on the wrong medication, and it messed me up. So yeah, this is my experience. I'm not disregarding anyone that's taking medication. So yeah, with confirmation from my psychiatrist at the time, we came to a decision that I shouldn't be on medication, and it was okay for me to come off at this time. So last February, March time. And my psychiatrist was like, okay, you can come off all of this in a week. And then I told my counsellor at the time, and he was like, you are not coming off that medication in a week. I was on a lot. I was on like over 1,000 milligrams of mood stabilizers, antidepressants, anti-anxiety, and just the whole lot. And I'm so glad that my counsellor helped monitor me coming off medication in the next few months, because I don't know what would have happened if I came off that in a week. I would have had serious withdrawal symptoms for sure. Anyway, so after this, my friend told me about a retreat that her friend was hosting in Barcelona in May last year. And so I went, and this was a yoga and vegan retreat, and it was incredible. It changed my life. I remember on the first night, the host shared her story with her relationship with food, and it seemed so much similar to mine. And she was saying how she was able to control and balance her life by controlling what she ate, and that was like, yes, that makes sense. Like, I was comfort eating and binge eating for so many years that it ruined my body. Like, I had IBS for so long, which I don't have anymore. And yeah, I guess I looked up to her as a role model. And I just want to say here as well, role models are so important for your healing journey, because it's someone that you can relate to and look up to and get hope and inspiration from. So yeah, in this retreat, I learned about how food can affect us on a scientific level, and how we can control our minds if we can control what we eat. Like the gut to brain connection, how we can control our minds with yoga and the breath, and it was just amazing. Like, this stuff actually works when you're consistent with it. So I would say, although I've been trying to heal for like 5 years or so, the last year has been the transformational year. And it takes a lot of deep work, inner work, to be in control of yourself, but it's so worth it in the end, because the hard work does pay off. Like, I'm more content now, and happy right now than I've ever been in my whole life through doing this work. I just want to talk a little bit about yoga and meditation here. So I guess it's people who haven't tried yoga, like, I think they shy away from it a little bit, because they look at the balancing poses and the postures, and they're like, well, I can't touch my toes, I can't do that. But I guess it's like a misconception of yoga, because yoga isn't about the crazy poses you can get into. It's more about the journey to get there. And I use yoga as a metaphor for life, because say if you've got a goal, whether that's, I don't know, your dream job or the balancing pose, then you sort of put the two together and, like, how do I explain this? So if we think about it as a metaphor for life, like, the challenge is to get to the pose or to the dream job or whatever, requires patience and determination, and yeah, then comes like balance and strength, which you can like keep hold of that if you practice and if you do this continuously. But like, I don't know, like, for example, you learn an instrument, and well, I used to play guitar, but I sort of forgot how to do it because I haven't practiced it. So yoga is something you practice, and it helps retune yourself, it helps recalibrate yourself. It's really helped me, like, because I'm more in control in like situations that come up that I would have had a meltdown about before. Like, for example, my dog is a bit of an escape artist, and if he escapes now, I'll just be like, oh, he'll come back, like, it's fine, it's fine, like, and I just, like, I'm chill about it. If it was me before, I would have had a meltdown and a panic attack, and I wouldn't have been in control of my breath as much. But yoga has taught me how to be in control of my breath and my mind. And I just want to break it up a little bit because I think this might have been a bit intense, but here's a poem that I want to read out that I wrote. It's called Air. I guess, I'm just going to read it out. The gift of being alive. Sometimes I forget that I'm here until a simple reminder, the heavy weight on my chest like a lengthened pinch to see if I'm dreaming. When fears never go on pause, I remember neither does the one thing that holds me together, my breath, a message to anxiety by me. So I guess this brings me on to what helps me on a daily basis, like to keep on top, to keep sane. And that is practicing gratitude. So the simple practice of acknowledging that your breath is something to be grateful for, that really helps me, along with journaling and some sort of a routine to keep on track, walking in nature. All these things they really, really help. And I'm also always incorporating yoga and meditation every day, and being careful with what I eat, because you are what you eat is so true. And I do notice, like, if I do fall into unhealthy eating one day, it does mess with my moods a lot. So food is everything. And so is yoga, and so is the breath. Like, this stuff really does pay off. Like, that's what I found in my journey anyway. But it only pays off if you're consistent with it, and if you practice it, and if you believe in it. And yeah, it's amazing, guys. So overall, I guess it's seeing things from a different perspective, to help rewire the habitual thinking patterns that have been embedded into our heads for so long. Like, sadness was all I knew for years, and by doing the work, I saw the other side to it. And there is another side to it. There is light after dark. So what have I got next? Yeah, I guess here I wanted to say, like, obviously, like, losing my vision is difficult. Like, I'm a very visually expressive person. I'm an artist, I'm a writer, I draw, I make, I create. I like traveling. I want to see, like, different places. I want to perform and speak on stages. I have all these dreams that are that require, your sight. Everything requires your sight, but my sight is fading, and then comes all these anxieties, but then I think, how can I work with this situation? How do I take control of an uncontrollable thing that's happening? And I really believe in that, like, you have to, or like, it would help to. Like, I looked up at role models that were completely blind, who were achieving everything that they wanted to achieve. There was this completely blind motivational speaker, and he wanted to be a pilot, and he was flying a plane, like, he nearly died, but that's not the point. Like, he achieved what he wanted to achieve. And there's all these other examples. I can go on forever, but I guess I then realised there's something much more stronger than the vision in our eyes, and that is the visions in our mind, which is so much more powerful. Like when I have dreams and when I visualise, if I sit down and meditate and visualise things, I see so much clearer than what I see in real life, which is just grit everywhere and patches and silhouettes and not being able to see facial gestures or colour as such. But yeah, the mind is so much more powerful than what I can physically see. And that goes for everyone, I guess. And just a little summary here. What have I said? Hang on. I guess people say to me, like, how do you deal with the fact you're losing your sight? And my answer to that is, like, change is inevitable. And change is happening all the time. I guess you could use these answers for different situations as well. And I would also say the more we cling on to people and objects or health, this illusion that we think we have to be healthy and happy all the time, like these are all illusions and worldly desires, and you can't expect something not to change, as that is the illusion, like, and we've all been conditioned to believe this, and I guess social media doesn't help, but yeah, I believe that there is a deeper meaning to my struggles, my mental health issues that I've had in the past, my losing my vision, the abuse that I went through, binge eating, self-harm, dissociating, just all of my struggles have a deeper meaning. And I kind of see my experiences and my past as my, like, and like my vision and everything as my superpowers in a way, because I get to talk about them right now and help others who are suffering, and that there is, and show them that there is light at the end of every tunnel. And like, guys, if I'm blind and if I can see the light, then you can too. Like now, I don't get panic attacks every day. Well, I mean, I can't remember the last time I had one. It might have been last summer. I have come out of depression, and I have anxiety, but it's not too bad that it affects me every day. It's very much reduced, and I'm able to control my health, my mental health, my overall health with yoga, with meditation, with healthy eating, with exercise. Which were options that weren't given to me before when I first asked for help. And that's why I'm volunteering to help promote stuff like this into services, because I don't think it's right that the first option that we're given is medication. And yeah, so one more thing that helps me, actually, just before that, I guess my traumas and my health conditions have made me the person I am today, the person I want to be today. So I have to be grateful for the negative things that have happened, because these experiences are contributing to my growth and have taught me a lot. I've learned so much, and I'm constantly, like, I'm reaching my higher self by realizing this. So yeah, one more thing that helps me, then I'm going to say a quote and then open it up to the question and answer bit, and you can request to join the screen as well. That would be really cool if you did. And yeah, so the thing that helps me is sharing my experience, because the more I share, the more less alone I feel when others approach me and say, me too, that happened to me too, I experienced that too. Yeah, so that's really powerful to me, and it's so important for me to do that. Like, a lot of people do go through mental health struggles, like you'd be surprised. And especially with my eyesight condition as well, like 1 in 40,000 people have my condition, so I have to find a way to reach out to someone in the world that has it, and people do have it, they're just not anywhere near me. But I guess I'm grateful for technology in that way. So yeah, I want to end off in a quote, but I think it'll be cool to show you how I see the screen. And then you guys can ask me some questions if you like. So this quote keeps coming up. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Right, this is my tablet that I was given. So it says, oh no, hang on. No. Right. Everything will be all right in the end. Hopefully you can see this. And if it isn't, then it's not the end. I love that. It's so true. Like, yeah, things happen, but we move on, and we can find ways to deal with it and manage it, and it's all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end. But yeah, so I am going to take some questions. I haven't seen what people have written on here yet, but oh, maybe I can read now. Right, does anyone want to ask anything? Oh, thank you. Someone's put, oh, David's put, breath is our anchor, gratitude is our antidote. Yes. And then, oh, thank you, Molly's put, you are my role model. Guys, oh, thank you. Ah. Okay, oh my god, okay, loads of comments. I'm probably not going to be able to read all of them. Okay, right, guys, any questions that you want to ask me, you can literally ask me anything. And I'm not sure how this works. If anyone is requesting to join, I don't know how to use this. I don't know how to do this. Is anyone actually, I don't know how to, someone help me. Oh, there's a thing down here, hang on. Oh, I love you too. Okay, there is a thing here, but I don't want to press it and end this. I'm just going to press it anyway. If it ends, I'm sorry. I'll probably, yeah, no, okay. Right. No, I'm too blind to do this, guys. If you do have questions, maybe type it. Oh, I wanted to speak to people. Oh, I think I found it. Hang on. Questions. Questions from your viewers will be shown here. No questions, guys. I'll give it like 30 more seconds or a minute. No questions? Well, you feel free to, if you do think of anything after, then I'm happy to answer any questions on my Instagram. It's at its.havva, so at its.havva. I just wanted to say thank you for those who have tuned in and have listened, and I hope this was of use to you in some way and valuable. Yeah, I think there's no questions, but I'm also very blind, so I might just leave it there. But I want to share my screen with someone. Come on, guys. You can literally say anything. You can ask me what my favourite colour is. No, I can't do this. Like, wait, maybe there is questions. No. I've done it wrong. Okay. No, I think I might end this because I'm pressing all these buttons and I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm near to putting a face filter on or something. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, if you have any questions or anything about mental health or sight loss or anything, or health conditions and how to cope with them, I guess, I'm your gal. And yeah, like I said at the end, what did I say? Everything will be all right in the end, and if it's not, and if it isn't, then it's not the end. But yeah, I'm going to close off here, and I'm going to show you my dog before I go because he's cute and he makes everyone happy. Casper, look, you're on live stream. You're a happy bunny, aren't you? Okay, well. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I think there's no questions. Okay, anyway. Thank you, everyone, and hope you have a nice day or evening wherever you are in the world. Yeah, lots of love. Bye!